The beginning, when you get perfect letter metrics off, you're winning. The first vowel in English you kicking. It's not from the Greek, so the speech isn't shifted. Reminds me of myself, well-rounded with the diction. 5 different sounds, 5 different...
Champions of the year. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for participating and donating. So far, in 20 days or under, we raised over $4,000, and the goal is only $6,000. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for that. Shake my hand, salute. We remain here, all of that. You know what I mean? But I want to answer some questions that I feel like I already answered. But real fast, if you donated, the survey is already in your email. Whatever email address that you use to donate with, it's in that specific email address. Trust me, I know. I've handed them out manually. I mean, it's one by one. Each time you donated, I sat there and sent it right away. You know what I mean? So thank y'all for that. And please, the first survey closes at Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. Anybody that went to, college or whatever, Blackboard, you know what you catch the reference. You know what I mean? So the first survey closes at 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, and I'm going to release those results as far as a top 20, a collective top 20 sometime after that day, probably after Christmas. You know what I mean? I don't want you mess up any, battle rappers Christmas, you know what I mean, whatever. So again, 11:59 on Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday. So you have until now and then to finish a survey or to get one. But if you missed that survey, okay? Another question people ask me, what happens if I don't? You good. You know what I mean? You ain't have to donate by that time, but the most important survey is the second survey. One more time, the most important survey is the second survey, and that literally directly helps and counts for the final decision on who's champion of the year. You know what I'm saying? When we say that the fan vote, the supporter vote is 15 to 20%, that's what the second survey is about. You know what I mean? It's gonna ask you a question in bold letters. Who do you believe is champion of the year? You know what I mean? I'm asking that on this survey too, but the second survey directly helps that. Okay, directly. The first survey is more of an information process. The first survey is to get a collective opinion on who is in the top 20. You know what I'm saying? So again, battle rappers. When you see me announce the top 20, that's not my opinion. That's not anybody on the panel's opinion. That's literally the people that put up the funds as a collective. That's their opinion. So like I said before too, in prior years, to give you a gauge where I'm going at here, let's say the top 20 comes out, right? But we don't see Jerry West's name. Shout out to Jerry West. I'm picking a random name, by the way. So let's not do that. I'm picking a random name on the top of my head, Jerry's a good name. I like the name Jerry. It's a wonderful name. You know what I'm saying? Let's say Jerry West is not a part of the top 20. That doesn't mean he won't be on the final top 20. You know what I mean? That means anybody can come in that's on a panel can say, yo, this is some nonsense, Jerry West and battle that person, this person, battle rapper A, B, C, and D. He did well. You know what I mean? Jerry West was doing this thing. Why is he part of the top 20? And then we'll debate to have him placed within the ranks of the top 20. You know what I mean? But somebody will be kicked out. So the collective top 20 that I'm going to be releasing after the 22nd, that's not based on our opinion. And it's subject to change upon deliberation. You know what I mean? So I will say that. Now, another question that, a lot of you guys have, you know what I mean, that I'm going straight to. Do one-rounders count? Does one-on-one one-rounders count? Yes! One-on-one one-rounders do count. Do they count as much as one-on-one 3-round battles? No, not at all. Not at all. This is not a title for who has the best one-rounders. It's not for that. Let's say imaginary scale, right? One-on-one 3-round battles are a 10. Let's say that, right? I would say one-on-one one-rounders about a 1 to 3 on a scale of 10. Jay Black, does 2-on-2s count? Yes. But it goes the same exact way as a one-rounder, you know what I mean? So let's say a 2-on-2 3-round battle happens, scale of 1 to 3. I mean, scale of 10, it's a 1, 2, or 3, depending on what they did in that 2-on-2 battle. Because this is not a 2-on-2 title for champion. It's not that. It's not that. It's not a one-on-one one round. It's not for that. The title is specifically made for You know what I mean? The year that someone had no one-on-one 3-round bouts. But this is like an extra, extra sauce. You know what I mean? It helps. Extra seasoning on your year. Extra debating points. Extra for the conversation. It's pretty much for that. You know what I mean? So they do count. You know what I mean? I see people arguing like, yo, that don't mean, yes it does. It means something, just not as much as, you know what I mean, the main course, the main entree. All right, another question I see all the time. What if a battle, this is an important question. This is a very important question, you know what I mean? I'm going to put this up to y'all too. What if a battle happens in 2020, but it's not released until 2021? What if a battle happens in 2020, but it's not released until 2021? To me, you know what I mean, we can make, a few changes because of COVID messed the year up. I do say that. So things can be extended, but I'd rather keep things how they are. I will say that. But if a battle happens in 2020 and is released in 2021, I would just hope that the battle drops before the deliberation, before the round table, so we get a chance to digest it, and can articulate ourselves on who won the battle, how much it counts, you know what I mean? So hopefully that battle will drop in time. I believe, you know what I mean? Don't quote me 100%. The round table should happen in February, either first week of February or after Valentine's Day, you know what I mean? A lot of people on the panel, they got things they got to do, you know what I mean, during those times. So by the latest, first week of March, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can get it done in January, but because I'm trying to do an actual roundtable this year, you know what I mean? COVID caught us by surprise last time. So now we know, so I can, are you willing to come down? Are you willing to come down? Or are you willing to come down? What you want to do? This is the date. So I kind of want a roundtable, you know what I mean? And if not, we have no problem doing a 5-man roundtable right here. So if I can't, gather the masses to make it a situation, we will have a 5-man roundtable right here. I'm letting y'all know right now. It's not going to virtual at all. What we did last year is not going to happen. You know what I mean? You see the set. You see the, what we put into the situation to make it happen, what's happening. We will have a 5-man. This table fits about 5 to 6 people. We will have a 5 to 6-man debate on who is champion of the year. The virtual is not going to happen, like, at all. Just let you know. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna like it better. It's a better visual, you know what I mean? And you can actually argue, like, yo, he lost that battle. He won this battle. Nah, it's debatable. Nah. He ain't the winner. Nah, he's number 2 at best. I think y'all would rather that. You know what I mean? I think I'd rather that too as a person's watching. How many battles do you have to be considered in the champion of the year? Conversation, discussion. You know what I mean? Originally, again, COVID messed things up, bro. So the rules have changed because COVID messed. It is what it is. Again, 6 to 7 months has been stripped away from us because of COVID, or 5 to 7, depending on how you rank or categorize certain shit. But 5 to 7 months has been stripped away. So before it was 3 one-on-one 3-round battles to be considered, you know what I mean, champion of the year, nominations or conversation. Now it's only 2. You know what I mean? As long as you got 2 one-on-one. I got to make this clear. So if it's taken away, my fault, but I got to make this clear, So anytime anybody has a question, you can just share this video. This is it. The answer to your question is right here. So again, to be considered, in the top 20, you would have at least to have 2 one-on-one 3-round battles. 2 one-on-one 3-round battles. And real fast, all the leagues is in there too. That's another question y'all have. If you fill out a survey, every name, damn near every name from anybody that's in a tournament, it's in there. You know what I mean? Kid Chaos is in there. Random names. Saint is in there. Real Sick, Disaster, K Walker, right? A whole bunch of names that people. Ness in battle 2 times on Battle Academy, I believe. Clone, like all these names is in there for you to pick from. So again, a battle rapper, if you're not a part of that top 20, that means as a collective, but the people that donated, they didn't feel you were there. Just saying, one more time, as a collective, It's 100+ names. If you fill out the survey, you know what I'm talking about. There's 100+ names on that survey. 9 times out of 10, if you battle multiple times this year, if you were in a tournament, any tournament, your name is on that survey. They just didn't pick you. Take it up with them. You know what I mean? So let me just leave it at there. Another question. Let me see the questions we have here. What other questions? Oh, back to survey number 1. Survey number 1 real fast. Pardon me. I skipped over that. So again, it says to make a top 20 collective. As a collective, and again, the top 5. I'm asking y'all, who do you feel is number 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st? Information purposes, you know what I mean? Information purposes. I kind of want to see where y'all head is at right now. But again, thank you, man. Again, another question, not a question, but more of a statement. So if we raise over the $6 grand, let's say, because we on board right now to go to 10 grand, honestly. And I didn't expect that, low key. You know what I mean? Because I started the GoFundMe so late. It's like, yo, I started in December. Like, I expected to get like $2 grand this month, $2 grand next month, and then probably another $2 grand in February. You know what I mean? But now we about to hit the goal in 1 month. What? That's record-breaking time. But let's say it goes to 10 grand. The champion of the year will still only get 5,000. You understand me? However, the other categories, the body of the year, the round of the year, the moment of the year, woman of the year, you know what I mean? Stuff like the other categories that's in there will be filled now. Let's say there's 10,000 in there. That means 1,000 will go to each other category. You understand? Well, actually not woman of the year, because I want to make that special. You know what I mean? I want certain people like Debo to go in their pocket so the ladies can get a whole close to 5 or 2,500 something. I want them to get a bigger, not 1,000. But let's say you got body of the year. You get a plaque and $1 grand. Like what? You know what I mean? So if the GoFundMe goes over, depending on how much it goes over, they'll get a plaque and a cash prize, which I think is just fire. And we're on pace for that, honestly. We're on pace for that. So again, salute to y'all. Any other questions? I feel like I answered the majority of the questions here. Let me just go through my little thing right there. Yep, I answered the majority of the questions. I think the most important question to be answered was, if a battle happens in 2020 and it's released in 2021, you know what I mean? Just hopefully they release that battle, which I think they will, you know what I mean? I'm just thinking of like, okay, Red and AA Ward. They're going to release that before we deliberate, you know what I mean? Before we do the panel. So, you know what I mean? That's going to be taken care of. Other than that, yeah, we're at 4,000, over 4,000 right now. We got 10 days left of the month. So, again, I appreciate y'all for really supporting this, making Champion of the Year what it is every year. You know what I mean? Even to the battle rappers, even if you hate it, the fact that you talking about it, I appreciate it, man. That shows some type of importance, you know what I mean? And shout out to everybody doing it. Shout out to Restore the Podcast. Shout out to the Trappies, the Out of Handyman. Like, shout out to anybody. I feel like we all can be doing this because the conversation is dope of just who did what best. Like, I think the Out of Handyman said album of the year. That's dope. Having a category for so many things, highlighting people for what they did great. I just think that's fire, man. That's fire. He had the best bar here, highlighting, battle rappers for doing battle rap thing. I just think that's incredibly important. And I think that's super dope, man. So yet again, salute. It's your boy J Black, aka Black Man. Shake my hand. And again, if you still want to donate, it's gonna be in the description box below and the comment section. So if you missed the first survey, you're good. Stand patient. Relax. There's another survey that you're giving out, and I think that survey will be given out the first week of January. Or I'll try to, depending on how fast things move, because things are moving fast, I'll try to have that out before January or the first week, by the latest the first week. One more time, if you have a survey now, I need that completed by Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Champions of the year. Salute.
The beginning. When you get perfect letter metrics off, you're winning. The first vowel in English you kicking. It's not from the Greek, so the speech isn't shifted. Reminds me of myself, well-rounded with the diction. 5 different sounds, 5